All right, today we're going to learn how to brainstorm an outline for a comparison essay. First, we'll look at why brainstorming matters and how it helps you organize your thoughts before you even start writing. Then we'll cover 3 classic brainstorming methods: mind maps, comparison chart, and Venn diagrams. And I'll walk you through each one using the example of online classes versus classroom learning. After that, we'll explore some other types of brainstorming methods like free writing, making lists, and asking simple who, what, when, why, how questions to find your best points. So see how each method helps you with similarities and differences, so your essay is easier to write. Finally, I'll connect brainstorming to the next step, learning the 2 main ways to structure a comparison essay: the block method and the point-by-point method, and how to outline them effectively. Let's talk about why brainstorming matters. Brainstorming should be the first thing that you do after you have selected your topic. And that is because you want to display everything you think, understand about the topic, and to really have a visual framework of how it will generally be structured. It helps you to organize your thoughts, see connections, and choose the strongest points for your essay. First, we're going to discuss why brainstorming matters. Brainstorming is the future topic, and it's important to do it because you need to really have all your ideas, everything you think, understand, know about the topic in structure, including questions sometimes, to help you in other areas like research. And what you want to do is expand outwards and take some time to do that. Brainstorming is the first thing to do after you choose your topic. It helps you to organize your thoughts, see connections, and choose the strongest parts for your essay. Coming up, we'll walk through some key brainstorming tools: mind maps, charts, and Venn diagrams. I'll show you exactly how each one works using an example, so you can see the process in action. So there are 3 traditional brainstorming methods. Before you write a comparison essay, it is important to brainstorm before you begin. Brainstorming helps you organize your ideas, notice connections between them, and decide which points are the strongest. I'm going to talk about the 3 important ways to brainstorm now, and we'll look at some examples of each. We have mind map, comparison chart, and Venn diagram. So the 3 traditional brainstorming methods are, first of all, for the mind map, what you want to do is write your topic in the center. For example, you could write in the center of the page or center of the image on your screen. You could write down online classes versus classroom learning, and then all of your ideas, thoughts and ideas and knowledge you have about that. Branch out for each of the subjects. You could add smaller branches and specific points. So you just write your topic in the center, those are subjects, and you draw branches outward for each, connecting outwards all of the related ideas, thoughts, and information you know. And you add smaller points out of those branches for more specific points that you want to include and that you know and understand. So mind map, there's an image here on the right to show you an example of what a mind map looks like. And you could put in there online classes, you could put in classroom learning. If you were to put online classes, you'd have a branch out from there saying flexible schedule, and then you'd have one saying tech use and another saying independent learning. And likewise, if you had classroom learning written down, you could branch out and put face-to-face help, and you could add another branch from there for group work and another branch from there for structured routine. And for the second type of brainstorming method we're going to talk about, there's the comparison chart. So this is where you make 2 columns and one for each subject, and you list the features side by side to compare them directly. Let me just show you an example of that over here. So we have online classes on the left, and then classroom learning on the right. And so we have all of the details about the online classes below the online classes. So for example, for online classes, we have flexible schedule, requires self-motivation, tech focused, and no travel time. And likewise for the classroom learning column, we have the fixed daily schedule, teachers keep students on track, more face-to-face interaction, and commuting to school. So you would have them side by side in columns like this. And it's important because so what you're doing then is you're drawing that table, the table of the 2 columns with the 2 headers on top, and you're writing down the traits, the qualities, or the features for each in there. And the other type of brainstorming method is the Venn diagram. And this is where you draw 2 overlapping circles like this, and you on the left would put the unique traits of the first subject, and on the right, the unique traits of the second subject. And in the center, anything overlapping is what they have their similarities. So we have online classes on the left and classroom learning on the right. all of the facts and details about online classes that we want to include, that we know about, our study at home, flexible schedule, including you could put like any questions you might have for research. And then the classroom learning, you would put structured routine, in-person discussions, and in the center, what the online classes and classroom learning have in common. So provide teachers assignments, learning outcomes, so there's all the details, and they're mapped out in that structure. So just keep in mind that you draw the two circles, and on the left, unique subject A, on the right, unique traits and characteristics of subject B, and in the middle, similarities. And then you draw it like that with your thoughts and ideas and information. And still ahead, we'll explore even more brainstorming tips, like free writing lists and guiding questions. These quick methods will give you plenty of ideas to build your essay. And there are some other brainstorming strategies. In addition to the other three, we also have free writing, where you just set a timer for 5 minutes and write down freely all your thoughts, points, ideas, knowledge. And then there's listings, so you put bullet points from a list top down. And there's also questioning, where you write down some questions and answers, like for who, what, when, where, why, and how, to uncover details from that subject, those subjects, or that subject. By brainstorming first, you'll never sit down to write without knowing what to write about, or what to say, or what to discuss in your writing. You'll have instead a clear set of ideas and to work with when you are writing. Now you've seen why brainstorming is actually essential and how different methods can help. In the next video, we'll take your mind map or your brainstorm, and what we'll do is we'll outline it step by step into the correct structure for the comparison essay or structures. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more essay writing lessons. Check out the next related video for more lessons, and I'll see you there.